சுனிதியோட phone நீங்க வாங்கிக்க. சுனிதி உங்களோட நான் பேசுறது கேக்குதா? Sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please start the session, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Welcome you all.
Welcome you all.
So
Okay.
first of all,
I provide my
thank to our admirable man.
thank to our admirable man in Chennai.
So with this webinar, so let's start our
So let's
webinar.
start our webinar.
Good morning to all. On behalf of NPR Arts and Science College, Dindigul, Department of BCom Professional Accounting, organizes this webinar on wealth creation through financial planning. My heartfelt welcome to our patron, Dr. B.N. Bopinath, Principal, Chief Guest Dr. Devi Singara Velan, Academic Director, and our keynote person, Mr. Surya Kant Sharma, Senior Consultant, AMFI, and former Deputy General Manager of SEBI. A day without prayer is a day without blessing, and a life without prayer is a life without power. Prayer should be the key of the day, so that we have to start with a small prayer, which is prayed by our college girl, Bhagya Lakshmi, 3rd BCom PA.
Dear God, good morning. Thank you for waking us up. We are so grateful today because of you. God, we pray that you will give us something of your patience so that we may show the same grace and mercy towards those who are in difficulty, depressed, and discouraged. God, may you grant us your grace so that we may be equipped to forgive others. Kindly give your grace and prayer to our webinar successfully. Thank you, God.
Thank you, Bhagya Lakshmi, for your godly prayer. Welcome the challenges. Look for the opportunities in every situation to learn and grow in wisdom. The soul should always stand ajar, ready to welcome the aesthetic experience. Our student K. Suniti of 3rd BCom PA confer the welcome address to this webinar.
Good morning to all. First of all, I give my hearty thanks for this opportunity to give this welcome to this webinar. Today, I am very happy to welcome to all this wonderful session. First, I welcome our honorable keynote person, Mr. Suryakant Sharma, Senior Consultant, Association of Mutual Funds in India. Welcome you, sir. And I welcome to our honorable chief patron, Dr. B.N. Bobinath, Principal of NPR ASC, who gives a good support to our every moments. And I invite our academic director, Dr. Devi Ma'am Singaravelan, who gives wonderful guidance, and our staff members and our students. Once again, I welcome you all.
Thank you, Suniti, for your affirmative welcome address. It's happy and honor to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Devi Singaravelan ma'am, who is still continuing her journey by rendering service as academic director for NPR Arts and Science College. I invite you, ma'am, for inaugural address. Ma'am, please.
வெளியே வந்து
Good morning, everyone. So, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, ma'am. Please.
Thank you. So, I'm very honored to have Mr. Suryakant Sharma over here. Thank you for your presence, sir. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be a part of this national level webinar on wealth creation through financial planning. Earning is something anyone can do. How to create wealth out of our earnings is what lies in a successful family organization. We can have an income of just 10,000 per month, maybe 75,000 per month, or maybe in lakhs, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs. But what can be done with our earnings is really something to be taught them. Personally speaking, I started my career with a salary of just rupees 1,000 per month and up to rupees 5,000 per month over a span of 5 years. So I'm referring it some 25 years back. So I was able to buy a quality TV, a vehicle, an AC unit, everything within that amount. Now getting some 10 times more income, I cannot think of doing a massive expense like buying a car or a house. Tracing back, I cannot judge where I should have invested my surplus. I strongly hope that this will be the primary issue with every earning member of a family. And I hope that this webinar will throw the limelight on what to do with surplus. Or if at all we realize we do have surplus out of our income. And I wholeheartedly appreciate Dr. Jim Linda, Head Department of BCom with Professional Accounting, for arranging such a wonderful session on this particular topic. I also feel privileged to have Mr. Suryakant Sharma, our eminent speaker for this webinar, a consultant of the senior consultant of Association of Mutual Funds India and former DGM of SEBI. There cannot be a better speaker than him for today's session. I welcome everyone present here and hope the session makes you understand the ways of making money. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving us these informative messages. Now, I would like to inquire G. Brinda of 2nd BCom Professional Accounting to give an introduction about our keynote speaker.
Good morning to one and all present here, and welcome to our event. I'm delighted to introduce our keynote person, Mr. Suryakant Sharma, who has warmly accepted our invitation to join us today. We welcome you, sir. Suryakant Sharma is a commerce graduate and master in law with specialization in corporate law. He is also Chartered Associate of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. Sri Sharma has over 35 years experience in banking and finance and security markets and had initially served in a leading financial institute, thereafter in Department of Financial Service, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and finally Security and Exchange Board of India. Sri Sharma joined Security and Exchange Board of India in 2003 and served more than 16 years in different departments of SCBI. Lastly, in addition to the assignment in CEDI, he was in charge of Office of Investor Awareness and Education in SCBI's Northern region for more than 5 years, and this period more than 15,000 financial literacy and investor awareness programs were conducted, and he himself had addressed as a guest speaker in more than 600 investor programs. Sri Sharma was also member of working group of NCERT for developing vocational course on mutual funds for students of class 11th and 12th. Sri Sharma is also recipient of Excellence Award from a leading state body for promoting mutual funds in India. Sri Sharma is also mentor of few NGOs working as financial literacy and investor awareness in the country. After superannuation from SCBI in 2019, he has joined the Association of Mutual Funds in India, an ethics body for mutual funds in India, and senior consultant for spreading financial literacy and investor awareness across the country among its citizens. Since May 2019, Sri Sharma has interacted with the lack of investors, potential investors through more than 500 investor awareness webinars and programs across the country in reputed government organizations, research institutions, leading educational and professional institutions, corporate startups, women-centric NGOs, and others. great pleasure to welcome the noble personality as a keynote person, Mr. Suryakant Sharma. So on behalf of one and all present here, we welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Brinda. Thank you. Now, the reason we gathered and awaited here have arrived. Mr. Suryakant Sharma, sir, is going to present us his speech on wealth creation through financial planning. Sir, we invite you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Devi. Thank you very much, coordinators of the program, student volunteers, faculty members, the staff members, students, respected principal of the college. I am thankful to all of you for giving me opportunity to be with all of you today. Of course, through this platform, but when I come to your place next time, I would be very happy to meet you all physically, and we will do a big program, because physical programs has got its own significance and impact. I am also thankful to young student volunteers who have come forward and just are managing the program very efficiently. Dr. Devi was very right that wealth creation is very, very important. But then we must understand what is wealth creation. My dear friends, but before coming to the wealth creation, I will start with the basic thing first. That is, money we can have through two means, through two channels. The first channel is we earn money. When we have in some employment, we get salary. When we are in some business, we get business profit out of it. When we are in a profession, when we get professional fees, and that money we earn. So earning money is the prime source of money for all of us. And students might wonder why this program for them at this juncture, because they are not earning money today. I do appreciate you are not earning money today, but my dear friends, you are going to earn very soon. That is why it is high time that you should understand the importance of money in your life and how you can have sufficient money in your life to enjoy your life. Because you will all appreciate that we will be needing money not only for our basic needs, because that is the prime thing, but beyond that, for a comfortable life, for taking care of your family obligations, you all be needing money, rather huge money in our life. And that Dr. Devi was very right that he mentioned that he had purchased some items out of the wealth creation. So what she was emphasizing here is that you have to create wealth. And how wealth can be created? The first step for wealth creation is to earn money. So you will have to earn money. Without earning money, you can't create wealth, because the money you will earn, out of that, a majority of your earning will go into taking care of our regular expenses. But my dear friends, you all know we all Indians have a unique DNA, and Dr. Devi was testimony to it. We all Indians have a unique DNA, and that is every Indian family, may they be earning 10,000 or may they be earning 10 lakhs of rupees, they try to take away as much money as possible out of their earnings. They sincerely try. Of course, on a good number of occasions, it might not be possible. I do appreciate. But still, we sincerely try. And why we try? Because we know it very well that we all will be needing money in our life, huge money, and the salary or the earning might not be sufficient for that level of money which we will be needing. That is why we save today. And the money which we don't spend out of our earnings, my dear friends, normally we term it as savings, and we are all savers. And you should, my dear friends, you should be proud of it, that Indians are still one of the best savers in the world. Saving is in our blood. You might have seen your mother, you might have seen your grandmother, you might have seen your other senior ladies or other senior members of the family, how they have saved 2 rupees, 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 100 rupees, 500 rupees. And out of that, they have made good money. So saving is the first source of your wealth creation, rather prime source of wealth creation. And I want to emphasize here that without saving, you will not be able to create wealth. So first, be saver. Of course, we were also saver. Dr. Devi had mentioned that she had also saved. We had also saved. But we made some mistakes with regard to saving, which I want to share with you, with the hope that you will not make those mistakes which we have made, my generation has made. The first thing I want to request all of you, particularly students and young faculty members, is start saving right from the first month when you start earning. It's very, very important. Honestly, we literally lost first 4 or 5 years and we didn't save at all, or saved very insignificant amount. But now I realize, but that was a blunder on our part. So the first request I might want to make all of you, when you start earning, of course you are going to earn very soon, down the line in 2 years, 3 years. You will all be starting earning money. So once you start earning, right from the first month, you must start saving. And you should not think that small saving will have no impact. No, that is again a wrong thinking. You may even save 500 rupees. You may save even 1,000 rupees out of your salary or out of your income. Because these 500 rupees and 1,000 rupees are going to make you lakhs of rupees down the line after 15, 20 years. So first request I want to make to all of you is start saving right from the first month when you start earning. Don't lose even a single month. Second request I want to make all of you, be regular in saving. Religiously save. Come what may, I will save some amount definitely. Of course, situation will keep changing from month to month. That I appreciate. But what your commitment should be that I will definitely save something every month, come what may. So the second request is be regular in saving. Every month you have to save. And third and last thing, and equally important thing about saving is, please keep increasing your saving with the increase in your income. And my dear friends, you will appreciate when you will start working. Every year you will get increment. Every year you will some other allowances. Your income, or if you are in a private job, your package will keep increasing. So with the increase in income, you must make sure that you increase your saving as well. And a thumb rule and a golden rule is there, my dear friends. Please remember that rule always. That is, ideally speaking, you should keep increasing your saving every year minimum by 10%. Which simply means that suppose this year you are saving 1,000 rupees a month. Then next year, second year, it should be 1,100 rupees a month. And third year, it should be 1,210 rupees, multiplying or compounding increase in your savings. This you can do. Of course, it will not be easy, I do appreciate. But my dear friends, easy thing will not give you the result which you desire. You have to work hard on your efforts to make the things big, to make your life comfortable. So 3 things you have to do with regard to saving. I again repeat, just summarize. Start saving right from the first month. Be regular in saving. Every month you have to save. And thirdly, keep increasing your saving with the increase in your income. And ideally, it should be 10% compounding increase in your savings. So because without saving, nothing will happen. Please understand what I am saying. The foundation stone is your saving. You can create a valley or a mall or a big building. But that will be possible only when you have a strong foundation. And that foundation can come only through your savings. So please be a saver. Be a regular saver. Be an incremental saver. Now the next question will definitely arise in your mind, what to do with the savings which you will be making. Yes, there are two options available with you. The first thing at which we were doing, and that was a blunder on our part again, I will repeat it. We had made a lot of mistakes, very honest speaking. My generation had made a lot of mistakes with regard to money, which I wish you should not make. That is why these programs and that is why these sessions. We were savers also, we were saving. But unfortunately, what we were doing, we were keeping our savings in a box at home, or at best keeping that saving into some bank account. My dear friends, keeping your saving at home and keeping your saving in a bank account, I will use a very harsh word. It's a crime. And crime you will be committing not against anybody else. Crime against nobody. The crime is against yourself. You are committing a crime against yourself. Second thing, crime against your family. And this is a crime against society as a country as well. So please never keep your money at home, money of saving at home or in your bank account. Naturally, you will ask me then what to do. Yes, my dear, there is other options available with all of us. And that is putting your money into some products, deploying your savings into some products. And my dear friends, process of deploying your saving into some product is called investments. It is called investment. So first you have to save and then you have to invest. In saving is the first step, investment is the second step. And please mind it, wealth creation will be happening only through investment. Because if you save and don't invest, the purpose of saving itself will be defeated. So please not only be a saver, but also be an investor. So you have to deploy your saving into some products. And the purpose of deployment of your saving is very clear and very simple. That my money should start earning money for me. Whatever I have saved and whatever I have invested should start earning money for me. So the purpose of investment is very simple, very distinct. That my money should earn money for me. And my dear friends, a day should come in your life, and I hope it will definitely come in your life, when your money will start earning more money regularly than your salary. But my dear friends, it will be happening not today, not tomorrow, not in near future. It will take minimum 15-20 years. That is why it is called, and it is rightly said, that investment success is a journey. The success will come in investment over a period of time. So you should have patience, but you should have regularity in saving and investing. You should have consistency in saving and investment. And if you do, rather I will say there is no option of it. You have to do it. Because saving will investment will create wealth for you. And what is typically wealth? Dr. Devi knows it very well. What is wealth? Wealth is simply accumulation of some assets which we can monetize when we need the money. That is wealth. We are creating some wealth which can be monetized when we need the money. And so we should not keep the money cash, because cash is not going to serve the purpose. But if we create wealth through our saving and investment, that wealth will be much more than your savings. That can be made only through investment. So you have to be an investor. But one thing I want to request all of you as far as investment return is concerned, we were also investors. We were also savers and we were also investing our money. But unfortunately, most of us were simply accumulating money. We didn't create, honestly speaking, we couldn't create wealth out of our investment. We simply accumulated money. How was that? I just give you an example. An example, I can take a name of any person who is present there, because my purpose is to make you understand what is money accumulation and what is wealth creation. And I just take the example of name Professor Chikappa. Sir, if you don't mind, I can take your name, Mr. Chikappa. I just want to share one example with all the students, all the participants, and I take your name in that example. Suppose Mr. Chikappa has got 1 lakh rupees with him, and he goes for a 1-year bank FD. Why I am taking FD, Mr. Chikappa? Because even students are aware about the FD, bank fixed deposit. That is why I am taking the example of bank FD. Suppose you have got 1 lakh rupees with you and you go for a 1-year bank FD, and the bank promises to give you 6% interest on your bank FD for 1 year. After 1 year, when I meet you and ask you, Mr. Chikappa, what happened to your bank FD? What you will answer will be, you will be happy to answer that bank has given me 6,000 rupees as interest and has given back my money. And you are happy. You are celebrating 6,000 rupees which you have earned on your investment with the family, throwing party for friends, because you have earned 6,000 rupees as bank interest. But Mr. Chikappa, I want to tell you, you are not right. And I want a student to understand what I am saying here. Why you are not right? Because, of course, you earn 6,000 rupees interest on your bank FD for 1 year. But one more thing keep happening every day, Mr. Chikappa. What is that? That is inflation. Inflation simply means increase in the prices of goods, item or services over a period of time. So inflation was also part of our life. Inflation will also keep increasing. And suppose the inflation was 5% during this period when you had FD. What does it mean? It simply means that had you not gone for FD last year and could have purchased some item or goods from that 1 lakh rupees, Mr. Chikappa, you tell me, would you be able to purchase same item, same goods and same services after 1 year at 1 lakh rupees? Would you be able to? No, you know it will not be possible. Why? Because the prices of those items have increased. And suppose the inflation has been 5%, it simply means that after 1 year, you will have to pay 1,05,000 rupees for the same goods, same services, which you might have availed last year at 1 lakh rupees. So now you see the proposition, out of 1 lakh, out of 6,000, 5,000 rupees has in fact been eaten by the inflation. And my dear friends, you should understand that inflation is game spoiler as far as your investment success is concerned, because a majority of your return will be eaten by the inflation. Currency will be same, Mr. Chikappa, but currency value will get diminished. So still Mr. Chikappa is happy and okay, sir, let 5,000 be gone out of 6,000. I still have 1,000 rupees. No, my dear friends, one more problem is there. That is, on most of the investment return or profit, Mr. Chikappa, Government of India takes tax, maybe income tax, maybe capital gain tax, capital gain tax, or maybe other taxes. And as far as FD is concerned, my dear friend, the rules are very clear. Everybody should know. Earning of a single penny on as interest on FD will be treated as your income, and you will have to include that income in your income tax return, and you will have to pay income tax as per your slab. So 6,000, Mr. Chekappa, will be treated as your income. 6,000 will be treated as your income, and you will have to pay income tax on 6,000. And perchance you are in 20% bracket. So you will have to pay 20% income tax on 6,000 as well. That becomes for 1,200 rupees. So now you see the proposition, Professor Sunita. Mr. Chikappa had got only 6,000 rupees and he was very happy that he got 6,000 rupees. But in reality, out of 6,000, out of 6,000, out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation and 1,200 rupees he has to pay as income tax. Now you see the proposition. Had he got something? No. Honestly, rather he got nothing, but rather lost 1,200 rupees. Or 200 rupees. 5,000 plus 1,200. And that was our real time in our investment philosophy. We couldn't make any real return out of our investments. We simply accumulated 6,000, but in really speaking, it has got no meaning. So what I want to emphasize here, that unless and until you earn some inflation beating return and tax beating return, you will not be creating wealth. You will simply be accumulating money. I take this example forward. Suppose the interest rate is 8% on FD. In that scenario, Mr. Chikappa will get 8,000 as interest for 1 year on the FD of 1 lakh rupees. Again, keeping inflation at 5%, out of 8,000, 5,000 will be eaten by the inflation. Again, income tax at the rate of 20% on 8,000, which becomes 1,600. So what I want to tell you here, that out of 8,000, 5,000 will be eaten by the inflation. 1,600 he will have to pay as income tax. But even after that, there remains 1,400. 8,000 minus 5,000 minus 1,600. And my dear participants, this 1,400 is going to create wealth for you. Please do understand, it is very, very important. And unless and until you earn real return, and what is the real return? You can make out a formula out of this example. Real return equal to notional return minus inflation minus tax liability, if any. So unless and until we earn some real return on our investment, we wouldn't be able to create wealth for us. And if we are not able to create wealth for us, then prosperity will be a dream only. You might not be prosper, which is your ultimate goal in our life, that everybody has to be prosper. So we have to earn real return. But what happened? Why we couldn't earn real return? What was the main reason behind all this thing? That most of my generation couldn't earn real return? Yes, my dear, the reason was very simple. Because of her mindset. We middle class people, Dr. Devi will appreciate if she is there. That we middle class, salary class person in our generation were very clear. We will not take any risk in investment. We were risk averse. We were not at all prepared to take risk, or rather we were not even dreaming or thinking of taking risk. That is why we were not even understanding the concept of risk. And we were very clear. No. If there is any risk in any investment product, we will not invest in that product. Simple. We were very simple. But that cost us very dearly. Now I realize. Now I realize I made a blunder in that sphere as well. Because, my dear friends, risk is an important element of investment. In most of the investment, risk is there. And what is risk? Risk is a probability of losing your money, not getting any real return, or getting very less return. But my dear friends, you have to appreciate that risk is an integral part of investment. In most of the investment product, risk element is there. Of course, in some products, risk might be very, very high. In some products, risk might be moderate. In some product, risk might be minimum. But in most of the cases, in most of the investment product, risk is there. So please do understand and appreciate and accept that in investment, risk is there. Risk is there. Because unless and until you accept that that risk is there in investment, you will not go forward to understand the concept and how to manage your risk and how to minimize your risk. Because first, once you accept that risk is there, then naturally we will like to minimize our risk. Naturally, we will like to manage our risk. And yes, my dear participants, we can manage our risk, we can minimize our risk by practicing a two-word formula in our life. Just note down if you wish to note it down. Very simple formula, but very important formula as far as the risk management is concerned. And what the formula is? Think, understand, and invest. I have used only two words. Think, understand, and invest. The first word I have used, Dr. Devi, is think. What we have to think? We have to think two things about ourselves. We have to think two things about ourselves. The first and most important thing is, what is my risk-taking capacity? What is my risk appetite? How much risk I can take? And Mr. Chikappa, every individual has got different risk appetite. You have got different one. Mr. Brandaji has got different one. Mr. Ramnaresh Yadav has got different one. Mr. Ritesh, everybody has got different risk appetite. Why? Because our income is different. Because our family obligations are different. That is why we should take our investment decision strictly as per our risk appetite. But what normally we do, we normally commit a mistake. We follow others while taking our investment decision. Suppose in your college, Mr. Chikappa, you are regarded as a good investor. Then most of the faculty member will start investing where you are investing. But that's a blunder. That's a blunder, my dear friends. Because you have got different risk appetite, others have got different one. They should invest as per their risk appetite. They should never follow others. So, Mr. Chikappa, what I want to tell here, never follow others while making your investment decision. Strictly make investment as per your risk appetite. And one more thing I want to add here, your risk appetite or risk-taking capacity is not a constant factor, Mr. Chikappa. No, it keeps changing with the age. It keeps changing with the time. So those who are young should take more risk. Those who are below 40 should think of taking risk. But those who already crossed 50, 55, they should think twice before taking any risk. Why? Because suppose a person of age of 30 years, I will encourage him to take risk. Why? Because if he makes some investment decision and that goes wrong, of course, it is a part of game. We all make mistakes in our life. So that was a mistake. But then he has got 30 years to rectify that mistake and carry it on. But the person of the age of 55, 60, Dr. Devi, doesn't have that time frame to come out of that mistake. That is why I keep encouraging young participants, please do understand the concept of risk and then how to manage the risk and then take risk. But your risk in investment should always be calculated. It should not be blind risk. You should never take blind risk. Blind risk simply means you are taking investment decision on the advice of others without knowing the product, without knowing the inbuilt risk in that product, without knowing your risk appetite. That is a blind risk. So you should never take blind risk, but you must take calculated risk. Because if you take risk, then the probability of high return increases. I'm underlining probability only. No guarantee at all. If somebody tells you that you take risk and you will be getting high return, his statement is not correct. What I am saying here is that if you take calculated risk, there is a probability of getting higher return. You are increasing probability of getting higher return. So you can take risk, you can manage your risk by think, understand, and invest. The first thing you have to understand is think, which I have just mentioned, your risk-taking capacity. Second thing is, you should make your plans for what you will needing money in your life. Because everybody will be needing money, or rather huge money, not on one occasion, but on many occasions, but for many bigger things in our life. That is why the purpose of investment is such that I should have money when I need the money. And for what we will be needing money in our life? For marriage, we will be needing money. For purchase a house or constructing a house, we will needing huge money. We will need, for purchase of a car, we will be needing money. For going on vacation, domestic vacation, international vacation, we will be needing money. For higher education and professional education of children, we will be needing huge money. Then marriage of the children, we will be needing money. And lastly, for your retirement life, my dear friends, you will be needing money, rather huge money. That is why I keep telling in my session, my dear friends, you should plan. You should develop your financial plan. And that you can do with damn easily. It is not a rocket science. Developing a financial plan is very, very important, and anybody can do it. Who is a normally educated person can do it. How? Mr. Saha, I take your name, and through you, I want to tell all the participants, next Sunday, Mr. Saha, you sit with your family at home, take a paper, discuss with your family what you want to do in your life. Bigger things I'm talking about. Take a paper, make 3 columns on the paper. In the first column, you just down what will be the milestones in your life. And normally, what are the milestones in middle class, study class life? Marriage, purchase of house, purchase of vehicle, going on vacation, then higher education of children, then marriage of children, and then retirement life. So these are the normal milestones in a middle class, salary class life. If you want to add something, you are free and you are welcome to add those milestones as well. In the first column, jot down all the milestones in your life. In the second column, against each milestone, now Mr. Saha, you put the period when they are likely to come. Suppose somebody says that he is not married and likely to be married after 2 years. So against marriage, put 2 years. Likewise, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, 20 year, 25 year, 30 years. Start putting the period, and that is estimate only, Mr. Saha. Precisely, of course, it is not possible. But that is, you just make an estimate how that milestone will be happening in your life. And lastly, and very important, third column is, against each milestone now, start putting the money which you will be needing. Suppose somebody says that I will be needing 5 lakh rupees for my marriage after 2 years. Put it 5 lakhs against marriage in the third column. But my dear friends, it will not be 5 lakhs rupees. Today you are contemplating that it is 5 lakhs rupees, Mr. Surendra Kumar Saha. But in actuality, after 2 years, you may need not 5 lakhs rupees, but 5.50 lakhs because of inflation. Because inflation will keep increasing. So please factor in inflation also. 2 bigger things I want to tell all of you. Please understand what I'm saying. A good MBA degree, Mr. Saha, from a reputed management institute today costs around 20 lakhs. Am I right? Around 20 lakhs today. But when your children will go for higher education after 20-25 years, the same MBA degree will cost you not less than 2 crore rupees. Mind it, what I am saying. So you will be needing not 20 lakhs rupees for your higher education of your children, but 2 crore. So you will have to have 2 crore rupees for education of the higher education of children after 20-25 years. And perchance you have got 2 children, then minimum 4 crore only for their higher education. Now, one more important thing I want to tell you. Suppose your age is 30. Just presumption that your age is 30 today, and you say that you are managing your monthly expenses with 30,000. Normally, middle class, salary class person, they are managing their monthly expenses 30,000. Mr. Saha, you are telling at the age of 30. When you will be 60 after 30 years, the same monthly expenses which are 30,000 today, my dear friend, please understand what I want to tell you. The same expenses which you are managing your affairs, no extravaganza, same standard. After 30 years, you will be needing not less than 2 lakh rupees per month for your monthly expenses because of inflation. From where that money will come? And 2 lakhs simply means 24 lakhs per year, literally. And you have got retired after 30 years. Your salary which you will be getting, it will no more come to your bank account. You don't have pension. From where that 25 lakhs will come? And that is the beginning of your retired life, Mr. Saha. Normally you will have to live 15, 20, 25 years. That 2 lakh per month is at the age of 60, Mr. Saha. When you become 70, it might increase to 2.5 lakhs. When you become 80, it might increase from 2.5 lakh to 3 lakh per month. That is why these are the realities of life. If you don't appreciate, you might be in trouble at that time. That is why you realize that this is itself, that for retirement also we will be needing huge corpus. Normally what happens, Mr. Saha, after retirement, people do have some money, some superannuation benefits, and they put that benefit and in some FD or some other instruments, and they generate regular income for them if they don't have pension, and they make their survival happy by that return only. So you should develop a huge corpus for your retirement. And how much you should develop? A thumb rule is there, my dear friends. That is, your retirement corpus should be minimum 20 times of your annual expenses at the time of retirement. I again repeat, your retirement corpus should be minimum 20 times of your annual expenses at the time of first year of retirement, that we have just presumed at about 25 lakhs. Multiplied by 20. How much it becomes, sir? 5 crore. Only for retirement life, you will have to develop a corpus of 5 crore. Now, Mr. Saha, make the total of the last column and you get scary. I know you get scary. Because a normal middle class, salary class person, Mr. Saha, for his or her milestones in life, he or she will be needing not less than 10 to 12 crore rupees. From where that will come? You might go to a Amitabh Bachchan show, KBC, win 7 crore or 10 crore rupees. But then how many will win? 1, 2 maximum. What about the lakhs of others? Yes, now I can give confidence to all of you. You all can have 10 to 12 crore rupees in your life for your milestone, provided, I am underlying the word provided, you start seriously working in your saving and investment right from the first month when you start working. You all can have. Definitely, I can give you confidence. And the chart which we have just prepared, first column, second column, and third column, my dear friend, it is called financial plan. And I will request all of you, please do develop financial plan. And Mr. Saha, it is not a rocket science, damn easy thing. You can develop your financial plan. And what is the use and what is the purpose of financial plan? My dear friends, financial plan will define your financial goals. Now you have defined your financial goals, what money you will be needing at what time and for what purpose. So broadly, the picture is before you. How much money you will be needing, at what time, and for what purpose. And psychologists say, Mr. Saha, those who have defined their goals in life work hard. Because now goals are defined. You have defined your goals. So you will be working hard. That is why the importance of financial plan. And I will request all of you, please do develop your finance. And when even students, I am telling, when they start earning down the line after 3-4 years, they should develop their financial plan in the first year itself and analyze your financial plan every year. How much you have made? What is the achievement of first year? What is the achievement of second year? You are supposed to make that much amount. Have you made that? Keep analyzing and reviewing your performance every year against the financial plan, against your goals. That is why I again emphasize, please do develop your financial plan. It is very, very important and efficient instrument for channelizing your savings and investment and for making the goals meet which you have defined for yourself. One more thing I want to tell here about investment, and that is eighth wonder of the world, my dear friends, Mr. Saha, that is power of compounding. Power of compounding is eighth wonder of the world, my dear friends. And what is power of compounding in investment? Mr. Saha, you have to make commitment with yourself, not with others. With yourself, you have to make one commitment. Very easy thing, but very tough thing. I am telling both the things. You might say, sir, you are contradictory. Once you are saying it is very easy, then you are saying very tough. Yes, both things are correct. Very easy simply means you simply have to make a promise with yourself, Mr. Saha, that whenever I will earn any return on my investment, I will not consume that return. I will keep reinvesting that return. May that return be 500 rupees or 5,000 or 5 lakhs. Whatever the amount of return, I will keep reinvesting it. I will not consume it. And I will be doing this not one time, not 2 times. For the next 15, 20 years, every time I will do. Whenever I get return, I will do this. It is very easy. You are saying, yes, yes, yes. No, it is not easy, Mr. Saha. Suppose after 5 years, you earn a return of 5 lakhs rupees on some of your investment. And you have committed yourself that I will reinvest it. But your whole family will be behind you. Forget about reinvesting. We will go to Switzerland now. We will go to USA now. That is a normal thing. Family expectation are normal. But then there you have to be very clear. No, that 5 lakhs will be reinvested. We will definitely try to go to Switzerland through other means, through other channels. But this 5 lakhs will be reinvested. And if you do it, and I again repeat, there is no option. You have to do it. And if you do it, then I can promise you down the line after 15, 20 years, Mr. Saha, the money you will have, you can't even dream today. But it will be happening not today, not tomorrow, not in 2 years, not in 5 years. It will take minimum 15 to 20 years. That is why, my dear friends, it is told that in investment, you can have success, but it will take time. Have patience, but be consistent, be regular, be religious in saving and investment. If that commitment is there, and you commit yourself that I will never use my return for next 15, 20 years, after 20 years, you will have huge money, which you can't even think today. That is why power of compounding is eighth wonder of the world and most important instrument for wealth creation. So why I have taken so much time of yours on these basic things? I feel, Mr. Saha, that these are very important things to understand before embarking upon the journey of investment. You must understand the importance of saving. You must understand the importance of real return. You must understand the importance of risk management. You must understand the importance of financial planning. You must understand the power of compounding, because these are the basics of investment success. Unless and until you understand and practice these basic concepts in your investment, you might not get the desired result in investment. Now, in the second part, we will discuss where to invest, because it is equally important we should know what are the products available in the market where we can invest. The first category of products available in the market, my dear friends, is governmental schemes. Government has got some small saving schemes. These schemes have got one advantage, Mr. Saha, but one disadvantage. One advantage is that it has got no risk. Whatever government promises you, government will give you. Whenever the amount matures, you will get the maturity amount without any problem at all. Because these are governmental schemes. But the disadvantage is that return will be most reasonable. You should not expect extraordinary return in government schemes. Because the investment funda is very clear, Mr. Saha. If you go only for security, then you should not think of higher return. Very clear. If you are emphasizing only and only for security, then then expect real return or reasonable return only. But if you are aspiring or expecting higher return in your investment, then you will have to take risk. The equation is very simple. So in governmental scheme, risk is minimum, rather no risk, but the return is also most reasonable. The first scheme I am mentioning, the government scheme I am mentioning, and I don't know whether Mr. Saha or the other younger members, you have opened account in that scheme or not. If you have not opened, please do open the account in this scheme I am just mentioning. It is very, very good scheme of the government of India. And even students, I will tell you, when they start earning in the first year itself, they should open this account. The name of the scheme is Public Provident Fund Account, PPF. Public Provident Fund Account. Very good scheme of the government of India. It is a rare scheme, I will tell rather. It is a very rare scheme which is tax exempt. No tax at all. No tax at all. Public Provident Fund Account, PPF. And the PPF account can be opened in any bank or post offices. The tenure of the scheme is 15 years. Every year you can deposit maximum 1.50 lakhs. And even after 15 years, you can extend the scheme for 5 years, for 5 years, and for 5 years. That facility is available. And the maximum amount you can deposit in 1.50 lakhs. The present rate of interest is 7.10% in this day, but no tax liability at all. No tax liability. And I just give you an example. Suppose a person at the age of 60, Mr. Saha, open a PPF account. And every year he is depositing 1.50 lakhs at the beginning of financial year itself. Financial year itself. After 15 years, Mr. Saha, he will have a corpus of 41 lakhs 28,000 at the rate of 7.10% compounding every year. But he is wise enough, he doesn't close the account. He extends the account for next 5 years, that is from 45 to 50 years. Again, at the age of 50, he extends the account for 5 years. And again, at the age of 55, he extends the account for 5 years. So when he becomes 60 and he is depositing every year 1.50 lakhs, when he becomes 60, Mr. Saha, he will have a PPF account corpus of 1.78 crore. In the first 15 years, he had 41 years plus lakhs. In the next 15 years, 41 years plus his annual contribution become 1.78 crores. From where it becomes, Mr. Saha, power of compounding. Interest on interest, multiplying your money every year. So PPF account is a very good scheme of the government of India. Those who don't have opened the account and those who are already earning, your faculty members, your staff members, I will request all of you open the account as early as possible and continue it for the maximum period, which will give you tax-free return. Because in most of the investment options, on return you will have to pay tax, and PPF is one of them. One of the rare schemes I am telling you, where which is tax exempt, no tax liability. Second scheme where you can invest is National Saving Certificate, NSC. I am not giving you the details because I don't have time. I'm just mentioning the name. You can Google it and get the details. Third scheme is Kisan Vikas Patra. Kisan Vikas Patra. Fourth scheme is RBI bonds. RBI also keep issuing bonds, taxable bond and tax-free bond, floating rate bonds and fixed rate bonds, RBI bonds. Fifth one is government securities. Government also keep issuing its securities to the public, raising loan from them. Earlier, it was not so easy, Mr. Saha, but last 2 years, RBI has started a dedicated website for this government securities investment. The name of the website is RBI Retail Direct. RBI Retail Direct. It is you can go to the website, register yourself by giving the basic information they need, and then you can invest amount whenever you have some amount, you can keep investing it. Then Government of India public sector institutions also raise loan from you by issuing of debenture and bonds. Then banks and post offices have got lot of savings scheme. You can get the details from banks and post offices, and there also you can invest. All these are under the umbrella of governmental small saving schemes. And my dear friends, I want to tell you, the return is reasonable, but there is no risk at all. But I will encourage young participants, they do open a PPF account, yes, but they should go beyond governmental scheme also, where you can have some risk, but your earning or return can be higher. So you can diversify your investments. What I want to tell here, you should not invest all your money in one instrument only, in one product only. You should invest your money in different products. Some which have no risk, like governmental scheme, which we have reasonable risk, and some which even have some higher risk. Because then you will be getting reasonably average out your return, you will be getting higher return, average return, and your risk, you will also be managing your risk. So second, the one more scheme I want to mention here to all of you, my dear friends, please note it down. It is again a government scheme, but very good scheme. But it is only for the girl child. Those who have girl child at home, it is not for general. It is only for the girl child. Those who have girl at home, daughters. Please, Mr. Sabjar, please unmute them. Those who have daughters at home and daughter age is less than 10 years, then very good scheme of the government of India. It is called Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. Very good scheme of the government of India. And basically it is meant only for the girl child. It is not for the others. It is only for the girl child. And this scheme has been devised for the higher education of the girl child, daughter, as well as her marriage. So those who have daughters at home, and those who don't have but daughters will be coming in future, that the day daughter come in your family, start her Sukanya Samriddhi account in the first month itself. Every year deposit maximum 1.50 lakhs, and it is also tax exempt. Now, beyond governmental scheme, where we can invest, second category of the is property and real estate, where we can invest. You all know in property risk is there. You all know that in property you will need to have huge money for your investment. You can't purchase a property by 5 lakhs, 10 lakh or 15, 20 lakhs. In property also risk is there, how much appreciation will be there of the property, and whether you will be able to sell the property when you need the money. But it is an option. I am just putting before you all the options available for your investment. The third category where you can invest is gold. And as you might all be aware, gold has historically been an investment option for the middle class, salary class person, not today, for generations together. Our generations have been investing in gold, and particularly in South, gold is a passion. Even for a middle class, salary class person, they all have a very good quantity of gold. But mostly gold we have is through jewelry only. We purchase jewelry. But my dear friends, I want to tell you, that purchase of jewelry, gold jewelry is a losing proposition. Because suppose you purchase today jewelry and after 10 years, suppose you are going to sell that property jewelry to the jeweler, what he will tell you? Yes, I will take back the jewelry, but then there will be deduction of 35 to 40% of making charges. So you will literally be losing 35 to 40% value of the gold at that time. That is why now Government of India has come out with a very good scheme. And please note it down, the name of the scheme. Very good scheme of the Government of India. Name of the scheme is Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. SOVEREIGN. Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. Very good scheme of the Government of India. And this scheme has been devised by the Government of India for the obvious reason that people should now desist from purchasing gold jewelry, because you all know we don't have gold mines, but since demand is there, we have to import gold. Tons and tons of gold is important every year from other countries, and for that we have to pay precious foreign exchange. So now Government of India is encouraging all citizens not to purchase jewelry, in physical form, rather invest in sovereign gold bond. That the scheme is very good, but it is not open all the time. It comes in 3 months, and luckily this in February also, this new tranche of sovereign gold bond is coming most probably from 14th of February. You just keep an eye on the newspapers and announcement will be there. The tenure of the scheme is 8 years. You can open a sovereign gold bond account with the banks, and you can open you can purchase gold in under SGB through online and offline both. If you are doing net banking services, then you can purchase online itself from your bank or your bank branch. And if you are not comfortable purchasing online, then go to the branch concerned, fill the required form, and make the payment, and bonds will be issued to you. No physical gold will be given to you. A bond will be given by the Government of India, and you will appreciate that the bond of Government of India is as good as gold, because it is sovereign guarantee. 3 benefits are there in that. First is you will get 2.5% annual interest on the amount which you have invested. 2.5%. Second and bigger benefit is, suppose today you invest in the sovereign gold bond scheme when the gold price is 60,010 gram. After 8 years, suppose the gold price goes to 80,010 gram, and my dear friends, you all know, last 30-40 years, gold prices have not come down. It is going up. Rather, except some temporary moments, gold prices are going up. So suppose the gold price goes to 80,010 gram after 8 years, then Government of India will reimburse you at the rate of 80,010 gram. So whatever gold price appreciation is there, that will be shared with you. 2.5% interest will be given, annual interest will be given to you. And third benefit is, because of indexation benefit, your tax liability will also be very, very minimum. So sovereign gold bond is a very good scheme. And I will request all participants, when you go home today, please get the full details of sovereign gold bond scheme from Google and other websites, and share with your family members. Share with your known person, friends, colleagues, relations. And of late, sovereign gold bond are getting huge investment from Indian citizens. So please Do get details, and if you are comfortable, please invest in sovereign gold bond. Lastly, where you can invest is securities market, share bazaar. But some people do still feel that share bazaar is nothing but a speculation. But my dear friends, I want to tell all of you, share bazaar is not a speculation, but it is purely knowledge-based market. And those who have don't knowledge of the market must not invest in the share market, at least directly. So first you should get knowledge of the security market. And don't invest a single penny on the advice of others. These so-called financial influencers, these so-called advisors on TVs, these so-called experts who will send you mail and messages. This is not the right way of investing on the advice of others. Very honestly speaking, I want to tell all of you. But there is an indirect way of investing in security market, my dear friend, and it is called mutual fund. Mutual fund is nothing but indirect way of investing. It is indirect way of investing. Indirect way of investing simply means you are not investing directly. You are giving your money to some experts who are technically called fund managers. And they are supposed to invest on your behalf in security market. Naturally, you can ask me why I should give my money to them. Yes, there are three reasons for that, my dear friend. Firstly, you don't have knowledge of the market, but they people are the experts of the market. Of course, they are not God. They are experts only. They may also can mistake. They may also not in a position to visualize the market movement. But they are relatively better placed than us. It is a fact. And they are backed by a huge research team. While making any investment decision, first deep research is made with regard to the corporate, their balance sheet, their promoter, their product, the sector in which they are working. Everything is taken care of. Everything is deeply researched. And after research, if it is arrived at it is worth investing, only then they invest. So they are basically experts of investments. So mutual fund is indirect way of investing. And there are three broad categories of mutual funds in as far as security market is concerned. The first category and very important category for young people, I want to tell all of you, those who are below 40, the category is equity fund. Equity fund. Equity fund simply means your money will be invested into the equity share of the listed corporates. In equity fund, risk is very high because the prices of equity share of the corporates keep going up and down every day because of lot of factors. But return is also very high. And most of the equity fund, my dear friend, just for your information, most of the equity fund have invested, have given return of not less than 15 to 18% every year for last 10 years. But it is not a guarantee at all. I'm not saying that next 10 years they will give a return like this only. They may even give 25-30% return, or they may not give that level of return. So yes, it is because it will depend a lot of factors: how economy performs, how company performs, how sector performs, what is the international market conditions, what are the international affairs, geographical clashes, and a lot of other factors do impact the market movement. So equity fund is suitable for the young people, those who are below 40. One more thing I want to emphasize here, that you must invest in equity fund for a minimum not less than 5 years. Ideally, it should be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. But it minimum period of investment, bare minimum is 5 years. So it should not happen that you invest today and you withdraw tomorrow, or you withdraw in 1 year. You may be lucky to get good return. But if you invest for 10, 15, 20 years, then there are very bright chances that you will be getting very good return on your investments. So equity fund is a very good investment option for young people. I again emphasize. Second category is debt fund. In debt fund, your money will be given as a loan to the corporates. It will not be invested into the equity share. But in the debt fair, returns are reasonable, but risk is also less as compared to equity fund. Third category is hybrid fund. Hybrid fund simply means some of your money will go to the equity shares and some of your money will be given as a loan to the corporates. So you are literally aspiring for a little bit higher return, but at the same time managing your risk, curtailing your risk. So through hybrid fund, you not only get little bit higher return than debt fund, but less risk as compared to equity fund. The best way of investing in mutual fund for middle class, salary class person, my dear friend, is through SIP, systematic investment plan. And SIP is a magic, my dear friends. SIP is a magic. What is SIP? SIP is nothing. It is a way of investing. It is a mode of investing only. It is just like a recurring account. You might have opened a recurring account, Mr. Saha, with bank or post offices. The same thing is SIP. You are investing every month some amount in some scheme. The minimum amount of SIP is 500 rupees. Maximum, there is no limit. And even for students, those who are students, Mr. Saha, they can start an SIP of even 100 rupees. You can start an SIP of 100 rupees. Longer you continue with the SIP, higher will be the corpus you will be developing. I just give you an example. Suppose, Mr. Saha, a person at the age of 20 start an SIP of 500 rupees in a good equity fund. And he continue with the SIP for next 40 years. Very long time, long period. For 40 years, he is every month investing 500 rupees only. At the age of 60, he will have a corpus of 41,38,000 by investing even 500 rupees. And that I am presuming a return of 12% only. Normally, return has been 15 to 20%, but not 12% return. But one more good way is there, Mr. Saha, that you continue stepping up your SIP. Suppose this year you are started with 500 rupees. Next year, definitely your income will increase. You will get increment. Increase the SIP amount from 500 to 550. That is 10% increase. And every year you keep increasing SIP amount of 10 rupees. Every year, 500 to 550, 550 to again 10%, add 10% to it. Every year you are keep increasing your SIP amount to 500. It is called step up SIP or top up SIP. After 40 years, Mr. Saha, in the flat SIP, you had got corpus of 41,38,000. In the step up SIP, you will have a corpus of 1 crore 88 lakhs. See the difference? Because you are increasing SIP every year. You are not making your SIP stagnant. Every year you are increasing it. So please, stop up SIP and step up SIP is a very good idea for increasing, for making good wealth out of your SIP for a longer period. And I know, Mr. Saha, a lot of my friends who have started not one SIP but 5-6 SIPs. And all SIPs are target oriented. One SIP for purchase of house, one SIP for purchase of car, third SIP for going on vacation, fourth SIP for higher education of children, fifth SIP for marriage of children, and sixth SIP for retirement life. So you can have multiple SIPs, provided you have saving and invest and surplus amount. And continue with the SIP for the longer period. This is the crux of success. More longer period it will be, higher will be the corpus. So SIP is a magic for middle class, salary class person. Mutual fund is a very lengthy subject. It will take minimum next 1.5 hours. So this time I'm ending mutual fund here only. Next time, if your college is interested, we will have a dedicated session on mutual fund. Lastly, I want to tell you one thing, two things I want to tell all of you. Never, never invest your hard-earned money in Ponzi scheme and chit fund and committee. My dear friends, there are a lot of frauds have gone into play during last 15-20 years, and lakhs of people have lost crores and crores of rupees. Mr. Dev Pratap Singh Rajput Sahab, you might have heard Sahara, you might have heard PCL, you might have had lot of other names. They have looted money from public like anything. Why people invested in that? Because they promised doubling your money in 4 or 5 years. They promised giving you higher return, but it never materialized. They took your money and simply vanished. So I want to request all of you that you should never, never invest your hard-earned money Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees with the promise of higher return. It is a greed only which push you to those fraud schemes. And you should not keep this in with you only, my dear friends. I will request all of you. You should tell your friends, your colleagues, your relations, convince them. And not only those, your electrician, your plumber, your maid servant, your rickshaw wala, your auto wala, all your sabji wala, your ration wala, tell them, because normally they people invest and they don't understand the concept of investment. They simply go under greed. My money will be doubling in 3 years or 4 years. But Nagaraj sir, it is not going to happen at all. They will literally lose the money. So it is a social responsibility to educate people as much as we can that they should not invest their hard-earned money in Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committee. And last thing I want to tell all of you, my dear friends, prosperity is your right, Mr. Nagaraj. Every individual has got right to be prosper. And my definition of prosperity is I should have money when I need the money. This is my prosperity. Mr. Nagarajan, my prosperity doesn't mean to be Mukesh Ambani or Adani or some big businessman. No, my definition is very simple. That is, I should have money when I need the money for my family needs, for my family obligations, for my comfortable life. This is your prosperity. And I want to repeat it again. Prosperity is your right, my dear friends. It is your right. Every individual God has right to be prosper. And now time has come when we should seriously think and make efforts for our prosperity. And one more thing I want to add, prosperity is not your luck. It is not a luck. We Indians, unfortunately, rely much on luck. But I want to tell you, all of you, prosperity is not luck. It is your effort. You have to make effort for it. You have to make effort for it and sustained effort, not in one time, not in 1 month, not in 1 year. It is a sustained effort for 15, 20 years. So make efforts to be prosper. And one last thing I want to tell all of you, there may be a few participants who think that they are not from good family, they are not from rich family. To them, I want to tell one thing very clearly, my dear friends. Birth in a poor family is not a curse at all. Birth in a poor family is not curse at all, but living as poor and die as poor is a curse. So I will request all of you, forget about where you have born. Forget about your family status. It is just chance. You can be prosper and you will be prosper, provided you start working on it seriously. You will definitely be prosper. Thank you very much. All the best. Now, if anybody has got any question, please come forward.
Sir, one question is current situation, which investment can more interest rate?
More
interest rate.
interest rate is one part only. The question should be in current situation where I can get maximum return. If you wish to earn high return, then security market is the best market, but it has got risk minded. And you have to be a long-term investor. These two preconditions are there. That if you want to invest for longer period, then security market is the best option available nowadays. Any other question?
Sir, one more question is, sir, can you explain about sovereign bond?
I have already explained in detail, and you can get the details from Google. You just Google it, everything you will get.
Sir, one more question is, SIP is useful or not?
100% useful without any doubt. SIP is the most efficient way of investing by the middle class, salary class person, because we get monthly salary. Monthly SIP is the best way forward. Any other question? If there is no question, Mr. Sabjar, we can close it.
Miss Sunita, please unmute your ID option, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for this amazing information and sparing time with us. Give a thanks for a little and you will find a lot. As we express his gratitude, we must never forget the highest appreciation. It's not just to utter a word. Now I call our department HOD, Dr. P. Jimlinda ma'am, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Very good afternoon, one and all present here. Thankfulness is an amazing manner to describe more loveliness in our life. On behalf of NPR Arts and Science College, Natham, Department of BCom PA, we thank to our admirable management to provide a permission to do this webinar successfully. In take this occasion, I render my vote of thanks to those who are directly and indirectly worked to this national webinar on wealth creation through financial planning. At the outset, I express my gratitude to our special guest, Mr. Suryakant Sharma, Senior Consultant and AMFI and former DGM of SEBI, and Mr. Zabzar Ahmed, who coordinate this entire session. And he also support me in all the time. Very thank you, sir. And especially in this webinar, it's very useful to our students, particularly risk-taking in investment. And what is the formula for investment? Like think, understand, and investment. And you have to explain what is the various schemes which is provided by our government to save our investment. So these are the things which are very helpful to our students, sir. Thank you so much, Suryakant Sharma, sir. And I give my special thanks to Dr. B.N. Bobinath, Principal of NPR Arts and Science College. And I extend my thanks to Dr. Devi Singaravelan, Academic Director of NPR Arts and Science College, and my dear faculty members. In my deep sense of my thanks and appreciation goes to all the participants for attending this webinar with
Thank
great
you very much.
enthusiasm.
If Dr.
Thank
Devi
you,
is
sir.
there, if Dr. Devi is there, I would be very happy about her observation of the session, if she is there.
So no, sir, he is not here, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much to all of you for organizing
Thank
this
you, sir.
program. A special
Thank you,
thanks
sir.
to your principal and all coordinating team members. And of course, thanks should be given to Mr. Sabjar Ahmed for coordinating this event. Thank you very much all. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.